Why do you clap? You son of a bitch.
Let's bring it back. I've done it for a while.
I know, but he doesn't know any better, and you're over here doing misinformation. Jesus.
Welcome to Homie Vulgaris,
welcome to
everybody.
Homie Vulgaris.
I'm Ivy.
We changed the name. Winslow, this is your first time on Homie Vulgaris, so it's almost like this is your first time guest, really. And you
Yeah.
It's my first time.
Impact
Yeah,
your
it's-
brand less than our old one. For being
Yeah.
honest.
I do like that the last time I was here, that same pile of laundry was on your bed.
Yeah, well, it doesn't go anywhere. That's,
No.
that's actually my bed, so.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Have you ever been like such a slob that you've not slept under blankets but just slept under the clothes on your bed?
Brother, I made a bed out of the clothes because I didn't have a bed. So
Yeah, buddy.
Can I just say that's called nesting, and it's perfectly
Okay.
normal.
Yeah. I mean,
There's a cozy
that's
word
why I
for
just
it.
have a sleeping bag if I ever get like too divorced, and I need to bust it out. Yeah.
the sleeping bag. Anyways, welcome back, Winslow. Winslow, you are one of my favorite guests. I keep up with you on Instagram. You are always doing things. You're one of my most do things ass guys that I know, I think.
Yeah, man, I got a compulsion.
Yeah.
I tell you, I do a lot of things, but I'll tell you, there's one thing I never do.
And what's that?
I never go to the bathroom.
Hell yeah.
Get right into the trinkets.
Yeah, I just have a coffee. I designed a coffee mug that says I never go to the bathroom because I just thought, like, what's the stupidest thing I could put on a mug?
Yeah, you kind of have like a little bit, in a lot of ways, you've achieved my dream of getting paid to sell people the insanely stupid things that I think up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
it's great, man.
Yeah.
Buddy, I mean, I'll tell you this off the air, but like, I work as a designer for a newspaper, and I get to make their merch, and they're like kind of a young upstart newspaper, so they'll print a lot more weird stuff. You know, it's not like a really stuffy old one, and so like I submitted this design. They went with a different version of it, but it was a bumper sticker with a SpaceX rocket exploding, and it just says, "Put
Cool.
Elon in the rocket." So, yeah, man, my whole life is just making weird shit and selling it, man.
Like
It's
a
been pretty
one-man
fucking cool.
Spencer's.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, literally, I've been described as a one-man Spencer's, and like, I understand there's a part of me that should be like, fuck you, I don't sell like,
that's
you know,
awesome.
penis nunchucks or whatever.
Yeah, but
You
if
could,
find,
though.
like, a funny
Not yet.
slogan to put on it.
Yeah, bud. But
The
like,
smaller the
Weird
dicks, the
shaped
funnier
penis.
it is.
What's wrong with penis nunchucks? That's very funny.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Right.
shaped like Chris Chan's penis and they're bent. So
No, now it's bad. Now it's
Back to
bad.
being
now
bad
it's
again.
bad.
Yeah.
Back to being bad again.
Yeah.
You made it bad.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Being bad.
You just recently completed your tarot project.
So the tarot project.
Not the
yeah.
tarot project. Sorry, the card game.
Right.
The card game, which
So-
spawned from the tarot project. I
We
think.
do
Right,
have a large
yeah.
listening, audience of fortune tellers and wizards, so they would be.
Yeah, warlocks. You're big in the warlock community.
We actually, unironically, do have like a lot of tarot type.
Yeah, that makes
girlies in the
sense.
chat.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine schizophrenic male carriers have the fingers on the pulse.
We do.
Yeah.
You know, and not enough people acknowledge it. Thank you.
Right. No, so like if you don't know me, I'm Winslow Dumaine. I was briefly an internet celebrity because of the Chicago rat hole. I've paid my price for that. But no, in 2017, I released the first version of a project I called the Tarot Restless, which was basically I was going through like a really fucking dark time in my life, and I redrew a tarot deck by hand and wrote a book of stories with it. I've since like I'm on the fourth printing now, and they're all over the world and shit. I really like the world that I built for that, and I started writing a novel for it. But then I realized that that's just kind of a pain in the ass, and like self-published novels or even small press-published novels are kind of a waste of time in many ways. I'm sure there's some people that do great with it, but not my thing. So I started this other thing. I started making a 4-player card game, about 5 years ago called the Restless. And so I took the kind of the bones of a game called Four Souls, which is more competitive. And I was like, well, what if I made the world way scarier and forced people to work together? And I designed it all. I wrote the whole thing. I put it all together. It's 750 cards, and the entire thing, start to finish, top to bottom, is drawn or painted by hand. Mm-hmm. And it took... It's nuts.
Yeah.
Like, the game is like £7. It's nuts. So
imagine the shipping costs.
Literally, that's what I've been dealing with lately, is like figuring, like, cause I sent out promotional copies to a bunch of other people, and like, yeah, like the shipping is just insane. So I, it took a million years. The game is really fun. It's like, the idea for it is like, I made all of the characters that you can play as are like really weak. You're like literally the dregs of society. It's the last 3 days of human extinction. The gods have cursed humanity.
So
it's
they're
really
mail carriers.
Yeah, they're all mail carriers. They're all couriers.
It's what's that, the movie, the Postman or whatever with
Right.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, it's like that mixed with The Road.
Yeah.
But so the idea was like, I made all the player characters are like super weak, and then the game world is really hostile. So you, as a team, you have to work together, right? And the game just gets more and more hostile as you go. But the most valuable items in the game are in the treasure deck. But I hid in the treasure deck a bunch of these like sin cards that stick to you and fuck you up. The idea being that like, if all four of us have to walk across the country together, we will work together because it's a really hard thing to do. But what would you do if I broke my leg? What would you do,
Right.
if somebody got fucking typhus or
How's
whatever?
a ration situation looking?
Right, exactly. And so, I long story short, I submitted all the files to the manufacturer. They push back, I push back, they push back. It's like so many revisions. They finally get it done, and this is funny to me now.
Now,
like
big
the
caveat
date,
now.
I'm like, because the deadlines for getting shit shipped out and getting things produced, they're so razor tight right now.
Yeah.
Like 2 days before they mail the project to me, they're like, hey, just to let you know, the box size that we sent you, that's actually like maybe a quarter of the size that it needs to be, but we've printed it. So you can either wait 2 weeks for us to make a new one, or we'll just send you what we have. So I say, send me what we have. So, I mean, I'll just do this.
That's like a regular card game box size, a big card game. Yeah.
It's
So the real one's
fucking-
like 3 times bigger.
So, I wonder if I have. Can I just? Here, I'll do something like this. This is what they send me.
Okay.
It's fucking. We don't need it to be on
Got
party
like a
mode.
box.
Yeah.
No, Party Mode's cool.
So like,
It's got holographics.
Yeah, right. I might actually do that. It's all designed like that. It's got like all the bullshit across the back.
Yeah.
The box looks sick.
It does. It looks sick as fuck.
The tarot deck is literally just a drawing of my hand with the ring finger cut off. And so I made it so that if you look at the front of the game box, it's at my hand print, and it's everything but the ring finger, because the ring finger is the only one that's the print didn't fully connect. So it's like it's an echo of the previous project, right?
Oh, okay, cool.
It's you open it up, and instead of giving people the entire fucking novel to read, I just have inside the box the 2 paragraphs that explain like who you are and where you're going. That's it. The rest of the story is up to you. Right.
I was keeping up with
That
some of
whips.
your cards that you were posting on Instagram and Twitter, and I was blown away by. I like your use of, like, I don't know what the phrase of it is, but you use words that are not how you would normally describe something.
Yeah.
So, like, you just I remember you described a character had a curly voice. And I
Yeah,
remember,
yeah.
like, that shit stuck with me. That was months ago that I'd seen it, but I still, like, he whispers in the darkness with his curly voice, and I was like, damn. Like, I still think about that. I was blown away by that.
I love real writing.
Yeah.
No, a lot of that is from like there's this this black metal artist Leviathan who writes in such an interesting way that it's like it's like you're listening to someone describe a vision of hell after receiving a concussion.
Yeah, hell yeah,
And so it's like
Sick.
there's this one song where he just describes something as being 500 years tall. And it's like that's such a fun way of I don't know. I like picking through language and like using a word in a weird way. Like Cormac McCarthy does that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where like he's describing like this onslaught of
we lost
Indians coming towards
We'll be back.
He'll keep explaining.
Glanton's Raiders.
We'll
right?
act like we know what he
We're like-
said,
we'll go,
and the audience will
Damn,
know.
that's crazy, man.
Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
There we go.
It's all right.
Okay,
Welcome
we're back.
We were pantomiming that we were understanding what you were saying.
Yeah. I just kind of shrug it off. But no, it's fun and like the storytelling is super emergent and weird and
Yeah.
like the most interesting story is the shortest one.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's the one that you can tell in if you can tell a story that gets you immersed in like 30 sentences, then that's
Yeah.
I fully understand that.
Like I had this one of the cards. I'll try to find it at some point in time. It is a non-combat encounter. It's called the Recidivist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the if you can imagine like a giant paper mache skull that is being worn by like a ragged child.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, but then the sky is instead of a black sky with white stars, it's an orange sky with black stars, and it's just this big pumpkin-headed kid standing in a field, and there's a little bit of flavor text at the bottom, and it just says, "They brought me back wrong."
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Where did he go? Who brought him back, and how can somebody be brought back wrong, you know?
He's just like me for real.
Yeah, just like me for real.
He's just like me for real. No, I enjoy I really do enjoy, like, I'll find myself every now and then I'll fall down a rabbit hole on Instagram and I'll see like your art that you've posted, and I find myself like really just like it sticks with me. Your imagery, your like a lot of the what I don't know. I'm an artist too. I paint, I draw, but like you have way more of a like set aesthetic, whereas I have way more of a like I'll just fucking be doodling. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah.
And I see that, and I'm like, damn, this guy. I could pick out a Winslow is what I'm trying to say. Like I can see a
Yeah,
Winslow
it's
drawing, and I know
what you're
that I know
actually
you had.
seeing
Or I can see other things.
is the sum of all the things that I
Yeah.
don't know how to do.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, we lost him for good that time.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
That was a great line to go out on.
Yeah.
It's a great line. It's the sum of all
This
nothing.
is some of all nothing. Gone.
So how about that war?
We're back, baby.
Oh, right.
Guys?
All right,
Was that
no
Yeah.
more war. We're back.
Okay,
We're
we
back.
were going to talk about war, and now we're back.
You know, like
That
Robert,
took almost less time than the war.
like Robert Liefeld, that comic book guy
Yeah.
who doesn't know how to
Yes.
draw feet for shit.
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't know how to draw anatomy at all.
At all,
Like, it's
yeah.
awesome.
He's got like
It's awesome.
pecs that are like crisscrossing over each other.
It is
Cool.
crazy.
Love that.
Comic book artists and
Real
not
body
know how
horror
to draw
hours.
feet.
To be fair, that really famous image of Captain America behind the shield with the big old titties.
Right.
Yeah.
I am shaped like that.
Yeah. You
So-
do have
Not at the waist.
Like a barrel chested, it's awful. It's
it is funny that like between like chin and belt line, you do have kind of like I would say Fidel Castro meets Elon Musk body.
Oh no. Oh
That is the
god.
rudest thing anyone's ever said to me, but I
Horrible,
appreciate
man. You're off the podcast. What the fuck?
Out, get out of here.
Get out of here.
No, I'm like I got a weird shape. I'll admit. I'm aware of this. I'm
Oh,
more
I
than aware
got some
of
weird
this.
shapes too, man. My penis goes inside. It's long, but it's
That's
all
crazy.
inside. Yeah.
That's
It's long when
crazy.
it goes in.
Yeah.
When it gets hard,
you
when it's soft,
sneeze.
it hangs down.
Yeah,
And when it gets hard, it goes in.
See, my trouble is
That's crazy.
I used to go to Party City and just use their helium to just pop it out. And that to me is like a blue chew, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
But you only have
Wait,
so
wait,
many
wait,
time.
what you can do is you
Hold
can
on.
just-
Hold on.
stick
We're
your
not
thumb out and just do-
we're not getting any advertising
Yeah.
from Blue
Yeah,
Chew.
yeah.
We're not going to be mentioning their
Yeah.
name on the
Yeah.
pod until
I mean,
it
if you
decides to pay
if you
us.
think about it, a sperm does kind of look like a little floating balloon. So like, I'm not crazy. Don't talk to me like I'm crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
If I had a penis like that, or if I had erectile dysfunction, I'd feel so sad. I'd be depressed, and I need help.
I just
Better help.
need better help.
No, stop. We're not advertising
doing
other
athletes
shit
For
that we're
stuff
not
that
getting
we Don't
paid.
get paid for.
Man, dude, if my
I was
penis
thinking
was
about the other day when I was playing League of Legends.
Yeah.
Stop it.
On my
Stop
Raycon
it.
earbuds.
When your Raycons.
Yeah, my-
You had your Raycons in?
Stop it. You're too, Marcos.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I saw a bit opportunity. I took it.
That's
No,
what
man.
he's doing.
I think that like it's important to seize the opportunity when you can take a bit and like run with it, and that's honestly that's why I support the People's Republic of China. That's just
I agree.
that's just an ad for a country.
Yeah. I saw a post from a guy that was like, "Yo, I just got off the plane in China, and I Show Speed was on an electronic billboard in the airport saying, 'This is China, turn up.'"
Oh, dude, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, that is good advertising.
Yeah.
I do want to go to China. Fuck,
That is
they
the-
got me."
One time in Chinese history where they have a black person on an ad. That is for
Yeah, they're
sure.
just like, and it's awesome. And
Yeah.
they're like,
China.
China's wildly racist. I have this opinion. China is not wildly racist in China, but the people that end up in America end up becoming wildly racist. Does that make any sense?
I mean, that makes
There's
sense.
something like there's something in the water of America that makes you a crazy racist, right?
I mean,
it's
like I'm sure you know all about this, but like the thing about what's people with schizophrenia in like Japan, the voices that they hear are just like, "Good job, keep going." But but in America, they're just like, "Go to the grade school," like they're way more
They're following you. They're
Yeah,
following
Yeah.
you.
yeah.
I definitely think that it has way more to do with like because like
I think it was all the murder.
fluoride.
yeah, it's literally the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, can we real quick digression? Something that's been really making me crazy is
The schizophrenia.
that too. Yes, correct. No, so the RFK being like red 40 is bad and causes autism, but then immediately being like, and I drink like 2 gallons of methylene blue every day, and like the mental gymnastics of being like, no, red 40 is chemicals. And
Oh, it's
bad.
extremely funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad for you because it's chemicals and there's nothing organic about it, and it's made of chemicals. It's all chemical based. And then methylene blue is literally dye for texture, like for textiles.
Yeah, he's eating like he's doing the same shit to his body that like old stovepipe hat manufacturers used to do. Because he dips himself. He has to like push his body down into the mercury vat because he refuses to float.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, it's just like it's psychotic.
That's how he got the brainworm, man. It was all that beaver fur.
The,
Can you imagine what
No,
happened?
the
if you showed
brainworm
that
was
guy a
from
Magic
eating
Eye
ass in like
calendar?
Thailand.
Yeah.
That's what the brainworm was from.
Or eating the dead dog that he ate. Like
yeah.
What, you gonna eat a live
Did
dog?
he eat a like rotting dog?
yeah,
or
there's
like,
fucking
No, he-
photos.
There's photos of him eating a dog in I can't remember
Yeah,
what country.
of like,
Like
a
roadkill
grilled
or
dead
something?
dog. I don't know if it's roadkill.
Okay.
I don't know if it was killed in a
I mean,
halal
I'm
dog
Yeah.
I'm gonna
killing.
be on. See, here's the thing, right? It was grilled, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It was cooked.
Yeah, it was cooked.
I don't think that's quite as bad as the other things. I'm gonna be honest.
If you're
Like
in a
I would
country
not
where they eat
personally
dogs,
eat a
it's okay
dog,
to eat
but if you
dogs.
cook if you cook a meat and it's like to 170 degrees or whatever, it's not gonna
You
get
have
your
to
ass.
Not necessarily. There's definitely bear meat. You need to cook way hotter
way higher.
because
Yeah.
the parasites will survive well past 170.
I think one of the craziest
Deer
things
meat you
I've
have to cook differently too, because it's a pretty lean, dry meat. I mean, every meat's got its thing. I'll cook a pork chop like I cook a steak.
the
Yeah.
craziest thing I heard
I
of
don't wanna hear the
recently.
cow mooing, though.
The thing I heard recently that was insane to me is that there is a movement of right wing like guys.
Movement.
Yeah, they're in the PNW, and their whole thing is like.
I was making a cow joke. I'm sorry.
they're in the
That's what
PNW.
shots.
Winslow, actually, you kind of would like. I think you would. These guys are eventually going to end up as characters in your game.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
These guys are hunting bears and eating the hearts raw,
Okay.
and then they eat the meat like essentially rare. They're eating rare bear meat.
Has anybody here
Tight.
played The Long Dark?
I've heard of it, but I haven't played
Oh,
it.
dude, it fucking rules. High recommend on The Long Dark.
I like to play with my long dark.
No, The Long Dark is fucking sick. It's a survival game where you have to like there's no zombies and machine guns and shit like that. It's just your plane crashes in like the middle of nowhere in like the Canadian Yukon, and you just have to like hunt and scavenge to survive. And there's a whole like part of the game where you can kill a bear, but it'll drop like 80 pounds of meat, of usable meat or whatever, but it'll give you parasites, and so you like you can't like bum rush a bear and get all this free meat at the early part of the game. So you have to like know more about cooking and processing meat. That's why I don't eat bear.
Yeah, so these guys are eating bear for like, they're doing it for like Nazi cult reasons. I can't remember their name, like Gold.
Are they
Heart.
doing esoteric Hitlerism like all those other fucking
Heart-
words are?
Yeah, yes.
Esoteric Hitlerism is one of my favorite like go-to words of just like some guys trying to like talk to chicks on Hinge, and he's like, "Hey babe, are you into esoteric Hitlerism?" And she says, "What?" And he goes back onto his Discord later and goes, "Females can never understand the depths of my mind." The female mind cannot contain my powerful vril energy, you know.
So I'm curious, what
love
kind
that
of parasites do you get from eating bears? Is it like
Oh,
So,
you know,
Little wormy
The simple-
guys.
giga
the simple
tapeworm, giga heartworm,
Yeah.
The simple one is
giga bone eaters.
So about 9 of the longworm. That's gonna be.
So you
They're
get.
called tapeworms.
I looked into this. The parasites, the most common parasites are tapeworms.
Yeah.
Right, that's the most common one. Which tapeworms are horrific for their own reasons. Hookworms, which are also, it's
Yeah,
just like
nowadays they just stream those.
with well, hookworms are worse because there's more of them. So like with a
Right.
tapeworm, you can have 1 or 2 tapeworms in you, and then you'll shit them out eventually because they'll be like, well, there's no more nutrients we can eat from this guy. But hookworms will kill you because they'll just keep multiplying until you have like a gastrointestinal block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So really fucking horrific animals. I think what was the other one? Heartworms. And the craziest.
Oh, heartworm's nasty. Isn't that the one that like latches onto the inside of your heart or
there's
something like that?
trichinosis.
Yeah, trichinosis.
Right.
And they have a special kind of trichinosis that only bears, like that humans can get. It's trichinosis in humans. When you get it from a pig, you need like antibiotics and it'll fuck you up. This
Right.
one you need to be hospitalized. They need to
Yeah.
like power wash your insides.
And after that, after like hookworm, then you have, I mean, earworms are honestly the most annoying ones because people don't talk about this. Bears have naturally beautiful singing voices,
They do.
and
That's why I have a beautiful singing voice.
they know ditties that are like that go.
They know Diddy.
They know ditties.
better not. There better not be more than one of that motherfucker. That's all I
No,
have to say.
ditties with a T, but also ditties with a D.
Yogi Bear was spotted at the Diddy parties.
Yeah, Yogi Bear was.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And it'll annoy you. Bend over, boo boo.
Yeah, hey, boo boo. Put your hand on my ass, boo boo.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Make me a little picnic basket.
I mean, they used to make medication out of bear oil, and now the only bear oil you get is at Diddy parties. So
I can't get over
get
that we used to
bear,
use
then they get
whale
the
oil, like that was a common thing.
Oh,
That,
yeah.
yeah, like I still think about that sometimes. that like humans before the invention of like us realizing that the Middle East existed, we were essentially like happy to just kill every whale to use them to like light candles and stuff, like the kerosene lamps.
I think it's
okay. We knew the Middle East existed. We just didn't use the kind of oil they had.
Well, we didn't know that. No, because the
I
Middle
don't think
East
their oil is not great for like lighting lamps and stuff.
Middle
Whale
East-
oil
No,
is
here's
good.
the thing.
The Middle
Here's
Then where does
literally
the-
the reason why.
the
Here's
genie
literally
lives
the
in the
reason why.
lamp.
Yeah,
Why
the
would we
genie
light
lives
the
in the
lamp?
lamp.
That's where the
Lamp.
genie lives.
Come on, simple.
Here's,
Read a book.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. And some people might get mad at me when I say this, but the answer was literally like a market stranglehold.
Yeah.
It was literally capitalism. It was
Yeah.
like it was the whale oil equivalent of like J.P. Rockefeller like, being like you don't need that nasty like black crude stuff. It's made from sin and just ground up children or something. Take our nice pure whale oil. Only the most pristine, beautiful whales to light your lamps in your home. It's pure. It smells good. And they just ran constant smear campaigns like that, which is how whale oil took over from, I think it was not coal. Was it coal? But you're like candles or something like
Right.
that previously. Like
Well,
the whale oil slandered the candles.
Has anybody here played Dishonored?
I love
Yes.
this song.
Yeah,
It's one of my
great
favorite
game.
One of my favorite little pieces of that game is like it's not a central part of the storyline. Is just that this exists in a world where like high technology exists because we've discovered an even more energy dense whale that are like the size of the Empire State Building. Like there's these huge like leviathans. It's just,
We're not even using the oil. It's just like their soul. We're using
Right.
the whale soul. It's awesome. It's awesome lore. Honestly, I was like, oh, I'm into this game now. I remember being like, this game sucks. I hate the mechanics. I don't know. And then I read one flavor text. And it was like, everything's powered by the soul whale. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? Fuck,
Yeah.
that's cool.
like, oh,
Tell me
okay.
more about the soul whale.
Yeah. And the Outsider. I like both of those things, dude. Those are cool.
Yeah.
It's like what's that game?
The Outsider's so fun, man.
Yeah.
What's that?
He's just a little guy. He's just hanging out, you know. And everybody's like, "That's the demon. That's the demon that lives in the Hat Man world." Like, don't trust the demon.
I just, like when it comes to, I write. So Winslow, you always inspire me every time I like find your stuff. Actually, you got me to release my latest album and
Okay.
release all my backlog of stuff because the last time you had me on here, you were like, "Hey, the thing about making stuff is you got to actually release it," and I was like, yeah, "Damn, he's right."
Yeah, dog.
Fuck.
So
I
mean,
Must
like
be an
Got
old
your
woman,
ass.
Because I've told him that before too. and he didn't listen.
It's different. It's different. But seeing all of Winslow's work and stuff, one of the biggest things that I find myself doing all the time, and like this is the biggest part of for writing for me. I don't know if any. I mean, we have other writers in here, Shaggy. I know you're a writer,
I
and
didn't
like
want to say when you're talking about evocative language earlier. I was wanted to mention I was pleased with the line I wrote where my main girl was riding her motorcycle over a elevated freeway through the city, and it's like she felt like a bird flying an airplane.
that's hilarious. That rocks.
That's good,
That's
man.
fun.
So one of the things that really fucking I spend the most time on in writing is I want a like character, and the character is like, let's call the character, he's outside of the existent universe or world, right? I will spend days thinking up of a word that means outside. Right. And so like I remember writing a story about a guy, and I called him the interloper. Right. Like, and I was like so excited about it. And then I remember reading or getting into Dishonored, like right after I'd written that short story. And then I was like, oh, the outsider. I was like, fuck, it was right there.
oh yeah,
There was already a word for outside.
Fuck. Like,
Oh shit.
and that shit happens to me all the time.
and
like it's
but like what's so much more evocative, like because I see all these other fantasy books and all this shit where they're like the one from the Narthex dimension or whatever. They really like they do all this extra shit. But like, have you ever read anything by William Hope Hodgson?
no, I've never read.
He was the guy who was writing weird, surreal stuff before Lovecraft. and Lovecraft takes a lot of inspiration from him. And so, like,
Is that where he got the racism?
No,
So-
I don't think so. I think that was natural.
not from there. He got that from having the flu for 7 consecutive years and living in
Excuse
an
me?
attic. Right.
So his mind actually just melted?
Like, legit, if you know the story of Lovecraft,
Jesus Christ.
it's simultaneously scarier and sadder in every capacity.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But, like, so his like, entities in his writing were referred to as, like, the one on the hill who watches. Or, like, the hand in the dark. That's
Yeah,
so
no,
much
I
scarier.
do. Yeah, I do know. I didn't know his name, but I'm familiar with his character.
Right.
Which is interesting.
And
Yeah, no, I know. The dreamer in the distance, the walker in the night, like the walker in the moonlight. I know of these things.
It's
right?
so cool, right?
Yeah, it's so much. Yeah, it's so, like, my problem is that the writers that really spoke to me growing up, the one I've showed you, my favorite writer is a guy named Will Self. I talk about him all the time. He is fucking terrible. Like, he's one of the most pretentious writers that has ever existed. I think if there's
I
a
read one of
word.
his books. Marco sold it to me. It's the most pretentious ever. I read it as like it's a 6 on the pretentious scale.
It's okay.
Okay.
All right, well, that's because you're a pretentious snob. You
Yeah,
like
I
you're
read.
like
I can tell you about some.
you're like I read Yates. Yeah. But
He's still
so,
got a good story. He's got a good style. He's keeping it going. They're fucking. They're doing heroin. There's violence of various flavors.
His language is very dense, and it really inspired me to be very dense with my language. And it
Oh, yeah. Oh,
sucks,
yeah.
I think,
Like,
because it makes
no
it
joke.
makes
Sorry, go
yeah.
ahead. No.
it just makes it like, if you're not with this shit, you're gonna have a bad time. And I find myself really enjoying writers like Cormac McCarthy, or even like your writing. I enjoy
Thank you.
because of the it's brief, but it tells me all that I
Everything.
need to know. Yeah,
Like,
and-
legit, the tone and pace of this book, of this game, there is a single sentence in Blood Meridian that describes the Apaches coming to kill Glanton's raiders that is 126 words long, and, like, it's the most harrowing depiction.
Semicolons.
Yeah, it's nuts. And he's just talking about, like, they're wearing, like, the armor of dead conquistadors whose very bones are dust, and they're wearing the wedding dresses still stained with blood. They're, like, their faces are painted, like, clownish and horror, and coming at the, like, it's like biblical terror, but the whole thing is just, like, everything is in here, and they don't take a thing to describe how it feels. They just say, this is what's happening, how the fuck do you feel? It's great.
Yeah.
I really like that. There's a passage in, because I'm a huge fucking Tolkien nerd. There's a passage in, I think it's the Two Towers, where they're, like, traveling through the fucking mountain, and they stumble across this, like, big, like it's such a fucking, like, it's such a fiction trope, like, the person writing until the very last breath that they take, you know what I mean? And it's just like writing, like, drums in the deep. We've been hearing drums for 3 days. Like,
Right.
they don't
During
stop.
this-
They don't cease in rhythm.
During diary.
Right. In fact, well, I can actually, if you don't mind, one, dear listener, if you're hearing this, that means that my Kickstarter is active. The game is called The Restless. Please check it out. There's probably going to be a link in the show notes and everything.
Yes.
So,
There's gonna be a link.
Yeah, give him a little taste. Give him a little something.
yeah. So, to remind you, this is the size that they printed of the box, right? So it's this tiny little
Right.
thing. It's a decent size. I would still
Normal
buy it.
size. That's a.
Yeah.
This is the game that
There we
they.
go.
That is a board game.
It's
That
fucking
is a board
huge.
game sized box.
So, the game is fucking
7
enormous.
pounds a game, folks. That is so much game for your money.
750 cards drawn by hand. It has the rule book. It has all the extra shit in here.
What's the MSRP on that bad boy?
I'm asking for 60. I think is fine.
I think that's probably fair for a
That's
box
less
of
than
that
$10
size.
a
Yeah.
pound of game.
Right? Yeah.
You are basically getting bulk prices on this.
Right.
It's a Costco ass price, dude.
Right.
Wholesale.
They're out here selling virtual game cards for Mario Kart World for 80, and
Yeah.
you've got this big like 7 pounds of something that you could hold for only 60.
Did they draw 750 fucking Marios? I don't think so.
There's a lot of toes.
I do
in
have
there,
to
I
say,
think.
all of the characters in my game are Mario. Variations of like mutated Mario. Yeah, no, fuck. I would love to. I would love to just invest in all that.
That thing they're doing, is there a possible way you could just get like a box that size that comes with just like a little card that doesn't actually have the game on it, and then you just download?
And yeah, there's a you can play it on Tabletop Simulator. I can do that. So the game is like a series of encounters. Each one is in like there's realms and stuff like that. So there's lots of cool sub rules, and the rules can like crisscross and make interesting things. I drew 181 different encounters, and so I don't know how focused that is. But like,
that's nice printing too.
If you send me the images, I can put them on the screen.
oh
So I
word,
can
yeah,
actually do that.
yeah.
That's good.
I hired a guy to make this fucking sick ass video. This one is called A Fool's Rat, and
It's so pretty.
the flavor text is large and decidedly rat-like. Some locals worship these creatures and the odd holes they leave in the bedrock. So it's my little Chicago rat hole reference.
In the bedrock?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And yeah, they just like so much fun putting all the little grit and detail in here.
Yeah.
This is a trader. He's called False Formed Trader. He's like all lumpy and misshapen, and his flavor just says "Made wrong, cellar cage, I run, got horse."
Just
Very
just like
reminds me of what's that fucking? There's a Metalocalypse song.
Yeah.
Hit me, you run.
Hit me, you
I
run,
win.
I win. Yeah.
You, I'm strong. You're not.
No, face fisted.
Face fisted.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
it's called. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to. There you go. There's a little bit more detail.
This has got some kind of like Fear and Loathing vibes almost.
Yeah, it's very like. It's inspired by like Stalker and Silent Hill and Lovecraft, and like this guy just says if you find a leech, throw it in the bucket.
Honestly, yeah, like I've been wanting to. I haven't had the money to do it yet, but I've been wanting to buy the game purely because it's a conversation piece for me. I've never,
oh, here we go.
I'm not a card.
I was telling you about this earlier. They brought me back wrong.
They brought me back wrong.
Yeah, you were saying
Nice.
sorry.
For real.
That's nice.
I'm not a card game guy. I'm not a. Here's the thing, not that I'm not an in-person gaming guy. Because
Yeah.
I will flip the table.
Yeah.
And I'm aware of that about myself. But I've been wanting to buy your game purely out of like I am enamored with the art style.
It's very pretty.
Yeah. I'm legitimately impressed to know, like, I don't know, you're in a lot of ways you accomplish something that I've wanted to do, which is just a big artistic project, and like that takes. I know that like you probably are sick of hearing it, but like that takes tremendous amount of like fucking just effort and willpower, and like I don't know if anyone's congratulated you on that alone, but like it's beyond
man.
impressive, dude. It's godlike, and as far as I'm concerned,
It's
you know, like
it's fun, but the thing that I want to tell everyone who's thinking about doing something like this is, one, you have to let it completely take over your life, because this is the one thing that I've been, run a podcast and went on like multiple tours and shit like that, but like I came home to this every night and I worked on this, and it took tens of thousands of hours. Like the drawing, there's a part in the promotional video where I'm explaining emphatically how much time it took to draw everything. The background is these recordings that I took of the drawing process. To make that 30-second clip for the background probably took 1,000 hours.
yeah,
Because of
that sounds
how
about
much
right.
time I put into it, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right, dude. And like you can see the effort, the maximum amount of effort put into it, and then I'm like I said, there's something very magical about it. I want to have it just because like I feel like there's some juju in that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a beautiful thing, dude. It's an amazing thing to get accomplished, especially like in the times that we live in now when creative pursuits aren't necessarily rewarded by like, or in not, I guess not rewarded, but incentivized.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like that to me is an incredible show of willpower. And I just, I can't, it's amazing, dude. The day that you told me that it was done, or I think I read it on Instagram, on Twitter, Instagram. I remember being like, "Yeah!" like I did it, like it was me.
No, but like,
"Yeah!" Like it was, I was juiced about it.
The other thing I want to say to anybody who wants to do this shit is that this is a huge, enormous, titanic undertaking. But what it really is it's 750 little things. And if you can do something little, you can do it a lot of times. Like the tarot deck, it's 100 cards that I did by hand, but if you can draw one piece and finish it, and just do that again, all right, now you just keep doing that. For me, it was 100 cards. The actual normal tarot deck is only 78, so you don't even have to do that many times. You can do it. You just have to like. I don't see a lot of movies in the theater. I just put on a podcast and do shit.
Yeah.
But you said something about how like there's a certain magic to it, and like I'm from the school of thought of like I understand the necessity of art to be like, some people, art is just a way that they make money, right? A musician, like a traditional game designer, that's just they like making games, they like making money, that's it. And then there's some people whose art is just like, we absolutely cannot make money from this because it's about the death of my grandma or whatever. I'm in the middle. It's fun to make money, but I do have that spiritual side, and so like, there's 4 status effects in the game, and they're like these little paintings, and it kind of tells you what they do. But one of them is it's called Black Ash, and it's a little Enso. And in order to make that little black circle-y thing, there's a church in my neighborhood that burned down, and I just went over there and I just pulled some of the wood from the church, and because it's a church, it's been consecrated, and so I took that wood and I scraped the black off of it, and I ground it down into a powder, and I mixed it with some other pigments, and I made it into the ink that I used to make the Enso, and so it's like. The consecration of a church was then put into this project that is like, does that mean anything? No, but it is like.
No, it means something. Listen, as a schizophrenic, it means something.
Yeah.
But I mean, also that kind of attention to detail, that kind of like thing that it seems silly to you or like a fun thing to do, that kind of to me shows like a real love of the project. You know what I'm saying? Because like. The effort to do that is more impressive than whatever. Like even if you drew like a poop, it wouldn't matter because it was the effort that you took to do it, and like that's what's I don't know, that I do see magic. Like I see that as like the real like occult magic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the effort to do something like that.
It's like because I describe this project as kind of like with a lot of other work. That are the stuff that I'm really interested in is the transitional part between 2 extremes, and so like I think it's really interesting how at some point in time, let's say like the trees that grew out of the dirt that were cut down to make the cross that Saint Peter was or Saint Michael or whoever was crucified to, at some point in time those became holy. At some point in time, their bones became holy. And then there's other things that have, like, because we've forgotten about them, as those trees deteriorate into dust, that dust is no longer carrying this sacred charge. And I just think all of that's just, like, I don't know. There's documents in the military documents that are describing, like, the men who stare at goats. They're describing how to use psychic powers. The American military researched extensively, multi-million-dollar projects researching psychics. So this really serious thing, this really hard war machine was also researching the stuff that the hippies were researching.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and that
Yeah.
middle ground is really interesting. There's actually, so as you play through the game, you get to the final end of the world, and I drew the gods that betrayed humanity. And this is like the new game plus god. This is the really hard one, and it's like this enormous overgrown fetus whose umbilical cord is tied into a noose around its head. And
That's cool.
yeah. This one is a nameless, suppressive, perverse presence, and it's just this enormous masculine figure who has this like bouquet of snake penises coming out of his mouth.
Hell yeah, the snake dicks. I immediately was like, yeah, snake dicks.
Snake dicks, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like,
Very Junji Ito, a lot of these.
yeah, I've heard Junji Ito, and I've heard Edward Gorey. I don't necessarily see it, but
I see
yeah,
Except it's black and white. And
I see
horror.
Berserk a lot.
yeah.
Splash work. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Muria, Kento Muria, I think. I see a lot of that inspiration in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of just
But it's-
like really fine grain detail and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun. There's lots of little like emergent storytelling and shit. Where is it? Here. But I don't know, man. It was just like a huge. Oh yeah, then there's this. I made this cost $2,000 to make this die or to make these the mold for this. You can maybe see it. I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the hand.
Yeah, and so it's the cover of my tarot deck that I made when I was a broke boy, heartbroken in Omaha, Nebraska. Had my little hand with my finger cut off. I eventually have made a little coin with the hand, and on the other side is the palm. And yeah, by the time that this is done, they're probably going to print 3 million of these, which I think is
Cool.
kind of funny to think about the scale of it all.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm always fascinated. I would have literally got stopped the moment that I would have reached out to a manufacturer and they would have been like, "Yeah, we don't want to do this." I'm like, "All right, fair enough. I guess it's never gonna happen." Right? Like, that's,
Yeah, but it's
like,
just like,
you know, that's
I don't know.
It's incredible to me that you had the willpower to do that stuff, dude. I literally can't get over it. I like am shocked by it because like when people tell me no. My go-to is, well, I'll ask someone else. Mine is like, well, I'm going to do it by my fucking self then. And I would have tried to figure out how to injection mold.
right.
Right? And
Well, actually,
probably killed myself.
I made the first demo decks for this game to playtest. I just went to FedEx and I'm like, print all these on pink paper, all these on blue paper, and then I'll just chop them up myself. And I just did that, and I just shuffled them together, and I'm going to be selling them on the Kickstarter as just like an ultra exclusive item. But yeah, it's you do just do it yourself.
Yeah,
like
I'm of the mind, and I always have ulterior motives to have you on, because every time we ever have you on, I always get like stupid inspired to do stuff afterwards. But also like I hope that kind of rubs off into all the other homies out there listening, because like when I first met you, you were still like just in the middle of all of this, right? And like you were not even close to being done. I remember you being like, yeah, I just got to work on these things. And I remember you had just finished the tarot deck, and then slowly you've been working on this, and it's been like about a year, I'd say, like, but maybe a little more than that. But like in that time, I've seen so much work come out of you, and like you said, it was one step at a time, one card at a time. Like that's mad inspiring for me, and like I hope that other people can go down the rabbit hole of like the Winslow, all your socials, and see all of the work you've been putting in, because like, dude, it like I'm like, damn, like it makes me want to go crazy in the homies zine.
I'm
It makes
getting
me
bummed
want
out, honestly.
to. Shaggy has the opposite. I see this
I don't
stuff and
have
I
the
just
time anymore. I got.
I mean, I was sketching out that tarot deck just standing in line, dude. I was writing that shit on the back of like gum wrappers and shit, man.
you have the same kind of like schizophrenic energy of having to get something done. You get what I'm saying? Like being moved by the gods. It's not a matter of like when I get. It's not a matter of if I get this done. It's a matter of when I get it done. And I appreciate. I can appreciate that kind of like psychotic, like mentality about artwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope that all the other homies, like I said, listening, if you want to do something, the only thing that's blocking you from doing it is you doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Is you have to start that shit now. And listen, let this be a lesson that like over time these fucking things pay off dividends. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, dude, I'm super excited about you. And I've also been listening to your podcast with Jay, and so I need to fill 10 to 13 hours of quiet time every day with my mail route.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I've just been like the biggest podcast slut on earth.
Right.
Have you stopped listening to Pod Save America yet?
No, I love Pod Save
Of course
America.
not. God damn it. God damn it.
It's so funny.
I'm the
It is.
opposite. I don't really listen to podcasts.
It's Pod Save
Then he
America.
talks about them. I'm like, it's probably good. Look what's done to his brain.
Yeah, I keep Christina's getting really mad at me because I keep telling her that I have a perfect brain. Oh my God,
It's just like a white cube.
mind.
It's the blender cube when you fire up blender.
yeah. I said I have a perfect. I have a.
Head, like, what kind of melon is this?
Right.
I forgot. Last night I got obsessed with this like it's an Instagram reel or it was a TikTok, and it was like it's two Chinese guys going back and forth where a guy's like, what kind of melon is this? And then like he's like, this is a cucumber watermelon. This is a square watermelon. And then Shaggy wrote like a poem about like what kind of like the ashes coming from the death of an old guy. I can't remember what it was. But you were saying like, what kind of melon is this? It is death. Brought real. What kind of melon is this?
It wasn't that good. It was, I suck my own dick and I eat my own cum. What kind of melon is this?
Yeah.
Steal pills from the elderly and don't give hugs. What kind of melon is this? 10 feet tall and weigh 50 pounds. What kind of melon is this? Things aren't looking up because my syndrome's looking down. What kind of melon is this?
Yeah. It's a beautiful refrain. What kind of melon is this? Is a beautiful
Yeah, it's
refrain.
like I should just do a song like that.
I mean, what kind of melon is this? Kind of sounds like you could use that as a replacement for what the fuck is going on.
yeah.
Imagine what the Genius page trying to dissect your lyrics is going to look like.
Like, what kind of melon is this?
What kind of melon is
Oh
this?
my. Yeah.
What kind of melon is this?
Refrain, what kind of melon is this?
Yeah.
Anthony Fantano just being like, when he says, what kind of melon is this?
You're at the plastic surgery clinic and you're squeezing all of the different types of implants that you can get, and you're like, what kind of melon is this?
What kind of melon is this? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, but anyways, like I can't get over how much you get done, because like the podcast is very funny and entertaining. I enjoy it. Then you go and you're fucking drawing. You finish like a board game and the tarot card deck. I was talking in the Discord with the homies about trying to do my own like homie tarot deck, and like I tried two, and I was like, I need to actually understand what the tarot is about.
I mean, kind of, but it is very interpretive. Like
yeah.
Mine. I started with like a general idea, and I read some. But then the rest of it is just like, I wrote the whole book to accompany it, and then that's it. Like so when people are like, oh, but this isn't like a traditional tarot deck, it's like, well, yeah, that's the point. It's like picking up somebody else's book and being like, well, this doesn't follow the hero's journey. It's like,
and that's the problem. You know what?
Yeah,
And that's
like...
the problem, dude. My problem is that my initial go-to that keeps me from like getting shit done is, what are the people who
fuck them.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
'em.
know. I know
Truly.
that's the answer. I know that's the answer. I know that, but like it's so much difficult. It's so much more difficult because I get bogged down in the research of things.
Right.
Where I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do something, then I shouldn't just do it. I should know all of the ins and outs of it. So that way, if I ever get sprung on the street by like, what were you thinking when you did that? I could be
That's
like, well,
no,
actually,
you don't have to worry about that ever.
I know that's
No.
a crazy person's.
Well, because if somebody's approaching you on the street, they are the crazy person in that scenario.
Right.
I got recognized actually recently.
No, getting recognized is different. Getting recognized is different. Being like, oh shit, it's Marcos. Yo, it's that guy. Fuck yeah. Hey, hi. I'm a big fan. That's like. That's not crazy in the same vein of like walking up to you with like a notebook and like bullet points of
Winslow,
like
if I ever meet
shit
you
you got
IRL,
wrong,
I'm
and
gonna
then
do
just
that
like
to you.
holding it up and being like, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
do that to your tarot deck, Winslow. If I ever meet you in real life, I'm gonna be like, actually,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you don't actually have to answer to people.
I know. In my mind, that's the biggest fucking roadblock, and I have to get over it. I just have to get over that.
I do realize I'm starting. If you're listening to this, I am presently running a crowdfunding campaign for this game, right? But
Where can they find that?
it is on Kickstarter. The game's called The Restless, a hand-drawn cooperative horror game. If you just search The Restless or look in the show notes, you'll see it. The game's called The Restless. But I realize I'm running a campaign right now, but I do have to say the least important part of art is always going to be the spectator.
Yeah.
The spectacle is 110% the most important part, because you can be alone in a cabin and you can etch something in the side of a tree. That's art, even if no one ever sees it ever again.
Yeah,
Like that's it.
Yeah.
And so
That's so much better way to look at it than the way I look at it, which is, like, this should be the way I've always seen art is it should be the most true representation of what it is that you want to say in your mind.
I think we've talked
paper.
about this in the past.
Yeah,
Of
get the fuck you, dickhead.
we've talked about this in the past, but like Henry Darger.
Yeah, I love Henry Darger.
Yeah, Henry Darger, like any of those guys, like the guy that made that silver shrine to the Blessed Virgin in his garage by just finding every single piece of silver that he could find, including like gum wrappers and like chrome hubcaps and shit. And he made this huge, it was like a double wide garage. And so he made this huge altar out of gleaming silver and never told anybody about it.
that whips.
Yeah, like that is infinitely more interesting to me than any pop album where they worked with a whole team to make sure that this is exactly the bop that the kids want this summer.
My problem is that I want both worlds, right? And like because I genuinely enjoy Henry Darger,
Right.
And I would like my work to be discovered by some guy, but I also want to be the guy who discovered it.
Right.
You
So
know what I'm saying?
here,
Like,
the trick of that is like, all right, you like the shit that you like. Don't presume that you have the most esoteric tastes in the world, right?
yeah.
I legit, I made a tarot deck because I looked around at tarot decks and I was like, I like the idea of a format like this. I don't like any tarot deck that I've seen. So I just made my own because I thought it would be cool for me to do that. Turns out other people want it too.
Yeah.
Is there anything worse than hearing a cool new song you really like on YouTube and looking down the viewer count and it's greater than 50,000?
Yeah, and you're like, come on. Right.
No, this is particularly my biggest problem is that like I cannot be trusted with aesthetics and taste, right? Because people get very upset with me about my musical taste because I enjoy things. People are like, "Wow, Marcos, this is like really good." I'm like, "Yeah, you should listen to this playlist." And they're like, "This is just fucking noise."
Yeah, it's just toilet sounds.
Yeah, it's literally, I do have some toilet sound songs on my shit. It's just like, you know about Slurpcore? Do you know about that?
Don't. Next topic. Keep moving.
Yeah, okay, all right. Anyways, it just, because what I find interesting about music especially is that like if it hurts, if it's not something enjoyable, I feel like, well, there's somebody made this with the intention of it being out there.
Right.
And so I'll listen to it over and over again and I'll find myself like teaching myself to enjoy it.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that toilet noise is different than this last toilet noise. There's a guy that I listened to called Diaberia.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. Anyways, they have albums that are 40 songs long, and each song is about 5 to 10 minutes.
Wow.
And each song is almost identical, but there's a different sound
Yeah.
at least once in every song.
I mean, you know about like Caretaker, right?
I do know about, I do. I like Caretaker a lot. Yeah. But like that kind of, I can see why that would be fucking like, even Caretaker, I can see why that would be inaccessible to someone. You know what I'm saying? Why people would be like, this fucking sucks, dude. I can totally understand why they would feel that way.
Yes, but also the fact that two of us in this room know about Caretaker and is like in the world of weird ambient music, it's the Caretaker is enormous. Probably has millions of streams.
I know about him, but I just can't listen to him because my grandma and grandpa both had really bad Alzheimer's, and like,
yeah.
And I've changed my fucking deodorant. I don't touch Teflon anymore. I'm just fucking terrified of it. It's like, so I definitely don't want to hear an 8-hour album about it.
Right. No, but that's the thing is like that guy without saying, without announcing this is an album about Alzheimer's, release this work that, of course, they've said that this is what it's about, but like it's so wordlessly evocative of that exact thing that what you get is you're having a really strong response to the work, right? So like I think that the what you're talking about is like you can't be trusted with aesthetics, right?
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't be trusted. I can't be trusted with the ox. I can't be trusted to speak that what I say is going to echo with everyone else.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, mass appeal, I'll never have it. I'm aware of that.
So what you do with that is you create, and this is something that I know that you can do. You create idea density, right?
Yeah.
And so you can take, because like I'll be real, like here, I mean y'all might disagree, but so these are the characters that you play as in the game, right? So the actual art, trying to get a better view, isn't like, it's not like the shit that you see on like a Magic the Gathering card. They're all black and white. There's a good amount of detail, but not one of these cards is like a stupendous artistic achievement, right? If you look at them really close up, you can see countless little mistakes and errors that they don't look terribly realistic. No, that wasn't my goal, but still, right? But I had this crazy compulsive idea to not just make a game with a playable character, but 20 of them, and then 20 items, and then 181 encounters, then 245 loots, and then 173 treasures, and then 50 realms, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's enough to just do one thing, and then polish what you have.
Yeah.
You know, that last touch that you do, where you go through and you're just like, all right, I've looked at this piece 1,000 times. I'm going to shade a little bit over here. I'm going to move this a little over there. That's it, dog.
Yeah. That's literally how the zine ends up happening.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've been looking at this shit for hours or days. I just, fuck it.
I'm looking at the Kickstarter that I have read that Kickstarter top to bottom so many times. And I'm still just like, I should put a comma here.
Yeah,
you know?
I do the same. Yeah. I'm like, I misspelled this and it's already printed. Fuck it.
Right.
It's going out.
Right.
It's just,
and that's
just
fucking fine, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's what's cool about, like, I mean, I know I'm on here to talk about the game, but like every single card in this entire thing has like a little bit of flavor text to it, like a little bit of texture that places it in the world, right? And so over hundreds of little sentences, you get the full picture. And I already know a little bit about how your brain works. And like you're a verbivore, you know, you're finding these little things, and you just keep writing that shit down. Don't worry if it looks bad. Make it look crazy. You
are the only person that ever called me out on about this, and I loved it. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. On Twitter, every now and then you'll read, you've like called me. I'm like, dude, let these breathe. Why are you shooting out 95 tweets into
I'll say after you did your first episode with Marcos, he was talking to me. He's like, I think Winslow hates me.
No, dude. You're my fave, man.
I was listening to the episodes like, oh, I see what happened. Marcos, no, you're impressed by this guy, so you want to impress him by explaining how
by being crazy
and mentally and he's just like, that's fine, that's okay, man. And you're like, no, you don't understand. I'm
don't
crazy,
get it. I'm
crazy,
actually crazy. Yeah.
Right, but I mean, like,
it didn't work like it usually works on the 25-year-old.
Yeah. No, I had to change my tactics and actually. Yeah. I mean, change my tactics.
It's like, I've spent 10 years doing stand-up comedy, and I've hung out with some like really, really talented professional, like Kyle Kinane. Take for instance, and one thing that you'll notice in his albums and in his stage shows, there's a little bit of a loosey-goosiness to it, but he's practiced these jokes really well and he knows what he's gonna say, right?
Yeah.
But if you listen to him on his podcast, you just hang out with him in person, what you'll notice is that there's not a he's just kind of like always looking around, going like, what's this over here? What like he's just like picking at stuff because like there's a constant need. I need to think of something to write, and it's not like there's people that do that are annoying as fuck to be around, but there's people that do that where they're just like, it's actually because of an awe and appreciation of the world that they're just like, oh, anything in here can be made really fun.
Whimsy.
Yeah. Like you can do whimsy in like a lot of my favorite cards or like drawings that I've done were because like I saw like legit there's a whole arc in the game was because I spilled ink on my work table and I looked at it and it kind of had this like ghostly shape and I was like, I'm just gonna draw that.
Excellent.
Yeah, and it looks fucking dope. It's one of my favorite pieces, and yeah, you just like, it's everywhere. Every morning I make a coffee and I walk around my neighborhood, and there's an alley I walk through, and it's like the back end of all these businesses, and you can see where the rebar was stuck in the concrete when they're building it, and that rebar has started to rust, and so there's these like big dripping tear stains of rust that are pooling.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, dog,
that's such a cool thing to see on a building.
Yeah. It's everywhere. The Burger King cups that are bleaching on the ground. Like it's
the one that I really like too is like if you see like really old buildings that have like carbon scoring or something like that above a window, it's like there was a fire that was here.
Yeah.
And it just never got painted over, Like
yeah.
I'm on my route and I hate all the houses that I walk in front of. Yeah. They're literally cookie
Sorry,
cutter.
man.
It's fine.
Sorry, man.
They're cookie
Sorry, you
cutter
can't find the
icons.
joy in whimsy.
I cannot find the joy in whimsy. In architecture in a suburb, which is
so suburbs are different though, right? Because everything's always so brand new and ticky tacky that it doesn't have time to wear, right? Where I saw the buildings with like the carbon scoring above the windows was literally like they were built in like the 1700s. They're in Massachusetts. They just like there was a fire in this brick school building that happened however many years ago. They're still using it for dorms for the kids, for the college kids. You know what I mean? Like that's cool.
I see this all the time. It's something I think only exists in the Bay Area in California, and it's hostile landscaping. People landscape their houses to make them so that you as a mailman can't cross their yard to get and deliver, but also
I know exactly what you're talking about because I came across the exact same shit when I used to canvas. I know exactly what you're talking about. They're like, walk on this, like I've created a garden that specifically surrounds a walkway that's like a giant curvy double S all the way to my front door, and you can't step over the bushes.
There's like this is more extreme. People put they put rose bushes and these big stone like spike pillars so you can't. They look like you're playing Ark in real life.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Actual hostile architecture.
literally,
Okay,
like, sharp
I'm sorry, I didn't
angles
realize
and
how
stuff.
serious it
Why,
was.
why are people trying to not get their mail?
It's because
That's where the bills come from.
no,
No,
most,
it's legitimately it's because the suburbs like create a fear of the outside.
yeah, people don't.
It's
want,
literally.
people all the time literally do this thing to me where I'll go and hand them like if I see them out and I'm like, oh, here's your mail. They'll literally being like, I don't want that, and I'm like, what? They're like,
It's your
all
mail.
junk mail. I don't want it, and I'm like, okay, well, I have to deliver it.
I have to deliver it.
They're like, no, take it back. So I have to write back refused, and then it's a huge fucking pain in my ass. But people do that shit all the time, and like people just don't want. And like, I get it. You don't want junk mail, but listen, hey, it's on my fucking. I didn't print it out.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
don't yell at me. I didn't fucking do it, right? And they get mad at me, like, why
That's
are you
the
bringing
fucking
this every
social
day?
contract. The mailman
Yeah.
brings it to me, and then I throw it away.
And then you dump it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's the Mitch Hedberg joke. A guy hands you a flyer. It's like him saying, "Here, you throw this away."
Yeah,
You know?
literally, yeah, literally, it's fucking frustrating. It's I don't know. Who cares?
Sometimes I get zines or newsletters or stickers or
There's a guy that gets
I get
pornos.
reels.
psychedelics.
There's a guy that gets porno.
There's a guy that gets pornos
Hell
delivered
yeah.
to him every day, like almost every day.
every day.
Almost every day. Yeah.
Holy
like,
shit!
and I'm very impressed by his taste.
Do they? Does he
I'm
know
like-
about the internet?
I think he does, and I think he's just like he's not. He's a younger guy. I think he's younger than me.
Oh, he
I
might
think
just
he's-
work in the industry.
Either that, or he's just a pervert, but a cool one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because
I
my
think
buddy used to work for Hustler, and he's just like, I would have professional meetings. I was an office manager at Hustler, and he's like, yeah, I would have professional meetings with people, and they would just have like glossy printed photos of cum shots like framed on their wall, and it's like, oh, I worked really hard to get this production made, and so this is the it's the cum shot. So that's why I have it on my wall.
That's the end. Yeah, it's awesome. That's the end result. No, I'm never gonna knock. As a guy, I was trying to break into the industry as a literally as a cameraman and a like lighting guy, and like I worked in a bunch of like amateur stuff, and the problem that I had was that directors are fucking creeps, and I couldn't work with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, oh, you guys are all like this. Holy shit, this is insane. Right? So like, anyways, this guy gets almost every day different porn magazines from different things, and they're all various. There's a lot going on, and I like can't help. He's younger than me. I want to ask him, but he's very hostile. I'm like, hey, how's it going, man? And he's like, it's fine. And then I'm like, what the fuck is this guy's? What is this? What is this?
It's fine.
It's fine. What kind of answer is
What?
that?
What-
Wait,
what do you mean
I
it's
like that you
fine?
said how's it going, and he says it's fine, which means that there's between the two of you a non-mutually agreed upon it.
Yeah.
You were referring to a day. He's referring to something else.
Yeah, I don't know what it is that is fine, but something's fine. And like I don't know. I that guy's very weird. He's I don't know.
How's it going? Oh, great. The teeth are coming in. The
Yeah, how's it
law
going?
is
It's
starting to
going. You
form.
know.
Actually,
how it is.
that's my
Scales are
go-to.
hardening.
That's my go-to when people ask me how's it going. I always say it's going. I just don't know how.
Yeah.
That's my go-to. For
I just
that.
say
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just
another
like, I'm
common
just
one.
here, man. I don't
My
know.
favorite old white guy is living the dream because I know that guy's about to fucking kill himself. That guy's about to fucking blast himself.
Yeah.
When you hear a guy,
Another day in paradise.
yeah, that's another one. That's another
Yeah.
old white guy one. When you hear those guys are fucking on the verge of committing
Oh, yeah.
mass shootings.
Oh yeah. He's thinking about the logistics of
Yeah.
Mandalay Hotel incident.
Yeah,
he's like trying to play that out in his head.
He's got an exit strategy.
If
as
you-
Mandalay
He
Bay.
goes to the range probably every week and shoots like 20 different guns,
No,
just imagining that his target.
one silenced fucking Glock. That's all he does
What
with the
if-
suppressor.
No.
What if it isn't a mutually not agreed upon it, or what if it was a mutually unknown it? That's why we're asking, how's it going? Because nobody actually knows.
No,
We don't even know
what
it
the it
is.
is. Yeah.
We know it's out there. We're just hoping somebody else knows something.
Oh.
Apparently it's going fine, though. Already
Yeah,
is.
apparently it's
Which
fine.
is not something to worry about at that point, I guess. But
Yeah, I'm a little. It's very weird the house that. Oh, the other weird thing is that he gets a medical journal.
Okay.
So I think he might be a doctor. Right.
But
the
porno
porno guy
doctor,
gets
maybe.
the
I
porno.
think literally,
Maybe
yeah,
he's
porno
a
guy gets
porno
a
doctor.
anyone
Time for you to
literally
check
anybody can get a medical journal sent
Yeah.
to your house, right?
Yeah.
But in my experience,
Maybe he's just a fascinating
only-
individual.
you know what? I'm thinking that's what it is. I don't even know if he's reading that shit. He could just it's a big stacks. It's just giant stacks in his house, just filling it up.
He
No.
might just be ordering it for the fuck of it.
Well, when
Maybe he's a really lazy hoarder. You know what I mean?
No.
He's just having all this shit sent to him.
when
I thought I should get
my
into hoarding. I didn't know what else, so I just
I'm trying to break into
I just gotta
break into the hoarding community.
Yeah, it's
See, like I'm a real hoarder. I collect over time. These young like new money hoarders will just go to the store and buy 1,000 different things. It's like no,
Yeah.
you don't build a hoarder empire in a day, man.
yeah,
exactly.
Where
exactly.
are your
This-
dead cats?
This
You know?
nudie mag is from 10 years ago.
Yeah,
one of my homies, his grandma was a hardcore hoarder,
nice.
and her thing that she would hoard is what are those called?
maybe it's a gynecologist.
Catheters.
No, the blenders.
Oh,
she had
Blenders.
she had about 6,000 blenders in her house.
Jesus, that's
That
crazy.
were unopened in boxes, still brand new. She would just go online and buy blenders, and like
Huh.
her house was full of fucking blenders, and like just
Okay.
different ones, different sizes, different shapes.
That's crazy.
Like just blenders, and like
Actual resale value.
well, they honestly she could have. She could have.
Yeah.
But she was a hoarder. She was a crazy.
I know,
person.
I know, but that's like such a rare thing to find with hoarding, though. It's
Yeah,
like you
it's-
hoard something that actually can be sold later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When my
Like,
when my uncle bought
Yeah.
his house, there was like a garage, like a barn style garage in the back, and he bought the house for $30,000 cash, and
whew,
it was
Good deal.
because the entire barn, floor to ceiling, and the entire house, except for like a part of the bathroom, a part of the kitchen, and a little bit of the bedroom, was completely filled, absolutely loaded with wrapped and bound undelivered newspapers of the Omaha World Herald, because he just took on multiple paperboy delivery accounts,
routes
and then
and
just never delivered the papers and just dumped them in his house. Which is fascinating.
That rocks.
Like,
that rocks.
if they're already wrapped up, it's like you really don't have that much to expect about it, I guess, right? You just like you order a dumpster and you call a city like
you
bulk
have no
hauling.
idea how horrific it is. How newspaper over time, as it ages, becomes like dust.
Yeah.
So like it's a saw you touch.
Yeah, but if
it
it's
and-
like if it's still all like bound
No,
together.
I,
No,
I,
it's-
my
it's-
sweet summer
Listen,
child,
worst case scenario, you take a snow shovel and you
No,
just start scooping.
It would,
you know?
it's
if you can
disintegrates into
imagine
this-
picking up a dead, rotting deer by the spine and just all
Yes.
the awful, just
Yeah,
like
that's-
like barbecue falling off the bone, but you also
Yeah.
need to throw away all of the barbecue, if you can understand.
Yeah. Snow shovel.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
vac.
you're over. You're literally. It's no. There's so much more. I've had to deal with this in the newspaper. Every now and then, I'll get some guy's route, and he'll have like a literally. It's a gang box that they haven't taken care of, and it's where they dump everything that they don't want to deliver for years, right? And I found one recently, and there was newspapers in there from 1983.
Holy
And
shit.
That's tight.
To fucking scoop it out, and it was literally just this. It took me about 2 hours to get it clean, because it was just fucking. You touch it, instant powder in your nose and your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to wear an N95 and lab goggles,
Well, I don't
obviously.
have that. They didn't give me. They didn't
No.
equip me with that. At the
I know, but
mail.
you're trying to compare this to cleaning out like a house that you got for the honest to god low price.
Yeah, but I could
All I'm
just-
saying is I would clean this house out easy for $30,000. Like I would save up like $5,000 or whatever. I'd quit my job. I'd just spend the next like 3 months cleaning all of this stuff up, and then I would sell it for like I don't know $70,000 or something. Yeah.
So
Like, somebody else can fix up everything else that's wrong with it. I cleaned out the trash.
So you take that money, you buy a Nintendo Switch 2 and 5.
Exactly.
exactly. So,
And also a copy of The Restless.
thank you.
Of course, of
Or
course.
Switch Games.
Right.
Copy the rest of it. I'm not trying to go broke here.
I realize that this might be hampered by the fact that you're working for the Postal Service and not like FedEx or DHL. But do you have a standout thing of like the most unusual or suspicious thing that you've ever delivered?
Yeah, okay. There's a scam.
I'm strapped in. I love the story already.
Yeah. Okay, so this lady has a scam. I'm not gonna expose her, although I should. I hate her. I hate her fucking guts. She has a scam that she's been running at her house that's involving olive oil. So once a month, she gets like 100-gallon fucking, like 2 50-gallon drums. So 100 gallons, 2 50-gallon drums of olive oil sent from China. I know this because I have to get signatures from like from my postmaster and everything else, and then I actually have to go get a signature from my fucking and she's never home, and it's a big fucking pain in the ass, and then I'll be halfway on the way back, and then she'll call my supervisor and be like, I need those today, and then I have to turn around, and I have to literally just walk those fucking 50-gallon drums of olive oil to her doorstep, scan them both, have her sign it, so she does it, signs it, it's delivered, whatever. For the rest of the month, she then sells those olive oil in bottles, and the olive oil, she claims, comes from a small place in Napa Valley, like a small farm in Napa Valley, and she charges $90 to $150 per bottle. You guys are clapping and having a good time, and she calls it's drinking olive oil. It's not made for food.
Yeah, she's
It's like the diarrhea coffee from Starbucks.
Yes, it's sipping olive oil.
Oh yeah,
and not made with food, not cooked or prepared.
How much do you think she's bringing in a month?
I know how much she
buckets
pays
and buckets, buddy.
She pays $1,000. She pays $1,000 for 100 gallons of that. Then she sells each of these for $50 to $90, and every day I have to pick up 60 to 80 fucking packages from her house every day. 60 to 80 packages.
My mail
every
guy.
Fucking day.
I don't let him take all my big stuff.
You're a saint for that, dude. Yeah, you're a saint.
Yeah, the most I'll give him some, like a couple boxes at tops, or like a pile of envelopes. But I just fucking go to the post office, dog.
She makes me pick them up, 60 to 80 packages every day. And if I miss a package, or if I don't have room for a package, she calls my supervisor and makes a complaint, and then I have to drop what I'm doing, go to my post office, deliver the outgoing, and then come back and pick up the rest of the fucking outgoing. 60 to 80 packages is fucking excessive, and they're not.
Yeah,
they're literally. I'm trying to see if I can find. They're about this big.
Right.
Like they're big packages, and they're
because it's like a whole ass bottle. Yeah,
and there's like, and they're heavy because it's glass, right?
She's selling that shit in glass too.
Yes, in glass bottles. And then what's worse is that I have to deliver the glass the glass bottles that she buys. I deliver those to her too, and those get delivered like once every 6 months or whatever. But it's a scam. It's a straight up. It's 100%
It absolutely
a scam.
is. It absolutely is.
$1,000.
You know,
Say, I bet you reckon the bottles are like.
They're.
How does she know this?
She
could be saving so much money on postage. She switched to plastic.
Because I fucking went on her website. Because it's on the thing. It's the name of, you know what I'm saying? I went on her website to look into it, and she has this like our farm in Napa Valley, and blah blah. So I was like, all right, well, let me. And then she has in it like the location of the farm, like the address on the farm, and I looked at the location of the farm. And the location of the farm is a fucking abandoned, empty building in Napa Valley.
That rocks.
I want her dead. I hate her.
That's so funny, man. I'm so sorry you have to deal with this. I really am.
Like 12 to 16 ounces, I would say, somewhere in that frame.
60. Yeah, there's okay. So scale 128.
So
There's 128
I know that you
ounces
probably
in a
can't
gallon.
because of like the
So
male
do you-
sanctity laws or something like that, but I absolutely would have reported her as
I want
like
to,
the
but I
FBI
also-
or something.
That's 12,800 ounces. Let's say divided by 12. Actually, let's do 16 to be conservative here.
Do you take an oath of like respecting the
No.
privacy of your?
And then you say she
No,
charges
I'm
how
just-
much for a bottle?
No.
20 to 40
She's
depending.
really doing the math.
Let's say 30.
Sometimes 60 or 80. She's got different grades of olive oil, but I'm positive that
Oh.
they're all
So
the same.
let's say it averages out to about $40 a bottle.
Let's say 40
Maybe.
bucks a bottle. Yeah, yeah.
Dear listener, you did not catch the very coquettish. His hair is swooped over his face, and I just see an eyebrow raise and a very oh my of a.
How much is that, Shaggy?
Before shipping, 'cause I'm sure she has to pay a bitch on shipping,
Yeah, yeah.
and before the cost of bottles.
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
assume there's a labeling cost.
I assume she's also paying
No,
her
she's-
taxes.
she's
Or
labeling them.
additional expenses.
Yeah, she's
That's
pouring at her house.
$32,000
$32,000
per gallon.
per gallon
No,
God.
I mean per
per barrel.
barrel, yeah.
Per
If they're
barrel.
100-gallon barrels.
So no, yeah.
That's
Let's
crazy.
say somewhere in the area of 30,000. Let's say she's got really high production costs.
Yeah, she's got the house she lives in is like a $12 million home, so that makes sense.
Good for
You know what I'm saying?
her.
No, I
Yeah.
hate it.
I mean, if only she took the bottles to the post office herself.
I
Right.
don't listen. This isn't me. Like I have to be like sanctimonious and like I can't fucking tell you or just I'm
Uh-huh.
just not a snitch.
Yeah, I get it.
Purely coming from me. That's the
You-
only
you-
reason
you-
why
you
I haven't
watch-
reported her to the BBB because like she is literally.
You watch the nature documentaries, and do you be like, man, I fucking hate that tiger the way he eats that gazelle.
No, this is entirely different.
Bitch.
If
don't
I had
care.
to carry the gazelle to the tiger,
Yeah, if I-
yeah, fuck that
I
fucking
get that.
tiger.
And the meat was falling off
yeah.
the bone.
Right.
Yeah, and then she
Like
would
barbecue.
Call, and if she called my supervisor to be like, "Hey, this tiger had or this fucking gazelle had a broken leg,"
I
you know
want
what
my
I'm
money
saying?
back.
I want my
Yeah.
fucking money back.
She
Jesus
sounds
Christ.
like a bitch, but
Yeah,
her
yeah.
model is sound.
Her model is amazing. Yeah.
It
It's because
really is.
People out here are stupid and believe in
You
that kind of
too
stuff.
could be living
There-
in a $12 million house if you just.
When I was working as a facilities manager in Palo Alto,
I
at
love
Mercari,
facilities. Some of my favorite places are facilities.
Literally one of the best things to manage. is
Second level
facilities.
in GoldenEye facility. Great stuff.
So
Great stuff.
So, one of the things that you have to do is you field a lot of people when they find out you're a facilities manager. People come up to you with free samples of shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, "Oh, I'm trying to get this into your building, or I want to," right? So people would we get all kinds of weird sodas, and I remember Olipop before it existed,
Yep.
in
Oh,
the way that it
shit.
is now, because people were asking about getting
Before
they
before
reach out
Olipop blew up and went racist.
to- yeah, man, when racist,
Wait,
yeah.
they're racist too?
Sure.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, sure,
probably.
whatever.
More than likely, yeah. But anyways,
Damn,
they would
it's just
reach-
tasty too.
They would reach out, companies would reach out and be like, "Oh, we want to try here." And this one company reached out and they were like, "We're a water company," and I was like, "Well, we got filtered water from the tap, but also we have some water options in the office." And they're like, "No, our water is different. It's special. You just gotta. We're happy to come and.
Does it have
show
organ
you a
energy?
pitch." That's legitimately-
Yeah, has it got organs in it?
You gotta let me get. You gotta let me get to it.
all right,
Like,
all right, all right.
They were like, "Can we come in and show you?" And we'd be happy to show you our beliefs and our message. And I'm like, fuck it. It's a slow Wednesday. When can you come in? And they're like, hey, we come in now. And then I'm like, all right, cool. So then I called my supervisor or my boss, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna have a water demonstration here. And then he was like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Whatever. And I was all right, cool. So they come in and they're like, so we sell raw water. And I was
Yes.
like, what the fuck is raw water? And they're like, you know what? It's easier if we just explain. It's better if we just show you. So they took me out to the foothills of Santa Cruz to a small
You
pond.
followed hippies to a second location.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, no, they pay. I had a really good wine there. It was really delicious.
Oh, okay.
But so it was worth it. But
As long as you have good wine.
yeah, it was nice. The food was complete dog shit. It was not. But the wine was good. Then that's all that matters in the long run. But they showed me this little tiny dirt lake, right? And I was just like a little tiny lake, and they're like, "This is like it's got aquifers in it," and blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, so you have like a treatment facility here?" And they're like, "No." And then she like gets a jug, pours like does a scoop, and then drinks it. She's like, "This is our treatment facility." She's like, "It's got natural." Like it's got all of the like natural processes. She's like all of the things, all of the germs that people are. It was not fucking spring water.
No,
it was
it's not spring water.
Lake. It was
a dirty.
runoff,
It sounds like
lake.
it's a runoff situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
There's a quarry, maybe fucking 5 miles.
Oh yeah,
away.
get those heavy metals in there. Hell yes.
And she was like,
That's what I'm talking about.
She's like, this water has minerals from the quarry. She goes like the wildlife puts gut flora and fauna.
Oh
microbiome.
yes.
Microbiomes.
The microflora, the microfauna.
Fauna, and
Oh
you'll drink it.
yes.
She goes like, it'll make you feel more in tune. She's like, and personally, I feel like closer to the earth when I drink this. And then I was like, bitch, you have diarrhea. Like, you're not closer to the earth. You're
gave
giving
yourself
diarrhea. Yes.
Could you tell from where you were standing if there was like a clear bulge of a jade egg that has been inserted into her vagina?
But I could see.
Did you check the
bottom,
pubis?
The lake was so small, and filthy with like duck shit ring around it.
Love it.
That I could see the bottom, and I could see that there was like a dead animal in the
Sick, dude. Yes.
lake. So something had went.
I get to
down
reference
and died.
another Kevin Costner movie, Dances with Wolves.
And I was just like, bitch, this is. When I went back to my job, my boss goes like, so what'd you think? And I was like, we're not only are we not having them back, but like ignore all their phone calls, put everything on them on ignoring.
Like I don't want to put any targets on this pod, but I think that everybody at that company should be shot.
Yeah, no, I agree with
their
you.
ancestors, their fucking ancestors took the whole Oregon Trail to get to California.
The Oregon, specifically the Oregon Trail. They're shitting their
the
organs
trail,
out.
yeah.
They get there. They get all the way there. All the dying of dysentery, dying of cholera. They get
Dysentery,
there.
that's the
And
one I was looking
they're
for.
Like, man, I don't know. They just we got to be like our ancestors. We got
The water was better back then.
We're
So,
just
like,
gotta
we don't have a good way to do it.
But they still exist. Raw water
is
still it still exists. Lots of companies in the Bay Area, lots of like woo-woo companies buy raw water, and they just give.
The lawsuits.
Well, see, there's a lot of like bullshit about raw water, and of course we've all heard about like the raw milk stuff and how that'll absolutely slaughter your fucking guts. But I do have a lot of hope for my latest endeavor, which is raw Gatorade. Which is gathered from the naturally thick
spring
Gatorade springs that just gurgle forth crystal blue.
Yep. Glacier cherry.
Yeah, exactly. Ironic, isn't it? You know, boiling my enemies alive in a vat labeled Frost Glacier.
We've been going for a while. Winslow, you want to plug one more time?
Yeah, bud. Fuck. Shaggy, do you have any lawsuits pulled up?
There is a Wikipedia page for raw water. I got a watering hole to fall down.
Okay. Well,
I got a rabbit hole to fall down, except there's just a dead rabbit at the bottom of the pond.
Nice.
It's filled with water, and they keep dipping jugs in there and selling it to people for drinking.
Yeah, I found out about that when I just looked up dipping jugs. every morning, log on with a fresh cup of coffee, and I just look up jug dippers. Raw jug dippers.
Raw jug dipping.
I like the
Google raw jug dips.
The second paragraph of the Wikipedia page for raw water. Raw water is generally unsafe for human consumption in the presence of contaminants. A major health problem in some developing countries is the use of raw water for drinking and cooking.
Yeah,
we call that non-potable, but I can't really say anything because in 2019 I did go to Chernobyl and I did drink water that was in Chernobyl. So I have my own you know, you can call me on that, but yeah, thanks for having me, though.
I just want to go kiss the elephant's foot, man, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Kiss the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I'm Winslow Dumaine. Made a card game called The Restless. It's on Kickstarter now. Just go to Kickstarter and search The Restless or look in the show notes. You can also check out my podcast. It's about somethingawful.com, the goons and all that. And that's called I'm From the Internet. I'm on winslowdumaine.com. That's where you can see even more bullshit about all the other shit that I do and see everything I make. And you can find me on Twitter at winslowdumaine and on Instagram at calculations. So that's me everywhere. Check out my game.
Will do. Before we go, shouts out to the following homies.
Do I have stairs in my game? Yes, we are going to cover the stair. Do you have stairs in your house?
Is there a pusher robot enemy in the game?
People must be pushed. People must be
shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to the following homies. $10 more for the Gorilla Chow Fund. Carrie, Unkpilled, Cassio are in cahoots for real. CHO Feskatch. Detective Scuba Steve's father smacks your pee-pee. Did it all for the cookie. Ella L. The homies thereafter are her downline. Fuzzy Nalgas. Grungus Fungus Dungus. Imagine Chaos Dragons. Jade. James Gilbreath. Jiren. Jonathan Weber. Kenzie Lay. Kiefer. Marin Omo. Pablo Hummus. Ripstone. Roboy. Sadish Radish. Sean Jared. Oh my God, Sean Jared. Welcome back, dude. Schmo, Somewhere Systems, Steven Civignano, Tee-hee on that thing. White Daddy, a.k.a. How about you 3D print some hoes on your dick?
Yep,
White Slavery Industrial Complex. That's crazy. A bag of sand.
I'm surprised that's not Hamwich.
I also... Augur, Brody, Brian H, Cha Cha Slide, Chris Wade, Cody Hewitt, Doug M, even smaller Micro Peanuts, Exxon Mobil, shouts out, I love the drill.
Yeah, one time loving our corporate $10, $5 a month sponsorship.
Yeah, Frank Japsy, Fred Charmin, Gabriel, Griselda Noises, Haro Mero, He Devil in France, Hieronymus Botched Boob Job. That's actually very good. Infested Deck, Jason Zoller, Jim Schmungus, Joe Cassidy.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, dude, we blowing up. It's crazy.
It's nuts.
Karl Marx is huge natural. Keegan is typing. Laura, Luke Simasek, Man's whole cover.
Okay.
Mary, Miss Bird, names, Neo Vagina Priestess, Oganassin, Quum. I actually really like the way that's spelled. It's very funny. You just visually, you have to see it. It's funny.
I'm imagining it. Except it came after the O's and everything, right? So it's Q.
Yeah, it's Quum.
Yeah, okay.
Richard Koknar, Rianne, Sokram Legnar, Solid as Red, Super Mailboy 64, Super Deformed, the disfigured love child of Homie Vulgaris, the Hat Man. What's up, Yomi? $10. The Homies Shop Steward, the Imposter Among Us, the Lale Lule Lo, the Limit, the Shareholders. I love the Shareholders. The Tarquin Wax Replica, Willing to Straw Purchase a Gun, World's Largest Margot Peanhus, and rounding us out as always, World's Largest Micro Peanhus. Shouts out to all the following homies. I love all of you.
They're not following anymore. We've been over this.
Yeah,
They're not following if we just said
Sorry.
them.
I keep doing this because it's my brain is
brief
stupid.
announcement to make
Yes.
back on the fucking everything app.
Yeah, he's back on the everything. He's back on it.
That's
X.com.
sad.
You should follow.
That's sad.
Marco said we had a show account, so
The King of Heck.
At Lord of Heck.
Lord of Heck. That's right. Lord of Heck. The king is back. I love it.
I cannot believe that was not taken.
It's awesome. Anyways, all right. Bye.
Take it easy, everyone.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult